Hello, welcome to Fanfiction Theater. I think I'm going to turn my mic up a little bit. I'm Tristan from Quip Tracks. With me is Tracy from Quip Tracks.
Hello.
Kevin from Quip Tracks.
Howdy.
Michael T. Bradley from Ice on Mars.
Hey, everyone.
And Drew Brock from Drawback Productions.
It's me.
Is Jesse with us?
Yes, I need to go fetch her.
Okay. And Kitty will be joining us in a little bit, I think. She can't stay for the entire run tonight, but she will be, as far as I know, here for part of it. So, now that... There we go. Now that we've wrapped up some of our stories, we're going to go back to taking suggestions from the audience and kind of going hunting for a one-off at the beginning of the show. So if you have any a fandom or franchise that you'd like us to look for fan fiction of, that just shout it out in the chat. Otherwise, I'm just gonna browse crossovers until get some input. Got Naruto and Persona, Mortal Kombat, crossover with Anastasia.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm on top of this.
Thought you were browsing, Tristan. Browse harder. The Prisoner. All right.
Okay, Anastasia and the Prisoner. Let me see if that exists.
Oh God, The Prisoner.
So I think Anastasia would be under cartoons.
Who does the best Patrick McNee out of all of us?
Boy.
Spitfire says that hotbed of fanfics. Also wondering if there are any Count of Monte Cristo crossovers.
Oh.
ANA. Yeah. How is it possible there's not Anastasia fanfiction? Maybe I need to look in movies?
Maybe.
Okay. Beautiful Mind. American Pie and American Tail, Anastasia. There we go. Okay. Misha recommended Anastasia because she accidentally stumbled across a fic the other day. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what it's crossed over. Is there anything that isn't crossed over with Twilight?
Oh yeah, you have to get every second.
Hetalia, Treasure Planet, Harry Potter, Disney in general. I'm not seeing The Prisoner, but
what we will rock you is to mixed songs. Twilight is the fanfic crossover.
Yeah. Hello.
Wild Wild West? Is there a crossover with Wild Wild West?
Okay, here are your choices. Treasure Planet, Hetalia, which I'm going to rule out immediately. Harry Potter, Once Upon a Time, Twilight, Percy Jackson. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sam. It's got a cool button. Oh, wait, this side. Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, iCarly, Attack on Titan. That could be interesting. Legend of Korra, X-Files, X-Overs, which I guess is just various crossovers. Attack on Titan. Okay.
As long as it's not like 100,000 words long or something.
It's 13,000, 3 chapters.
All right, we can at least do one chapter and see how it goes.
Yeah. Let me
Seems
paste
reasonable.
that into chat. and also into Peanut Gallery. And
I'll use the ones you hate.
I hear Tracy maybe is back.
I think you said I'll use one
Okay.
V8.
I thought it was I'll use the one you hate.
That probably makes more sense.
Okay. Well, he can just dive
this
in
this
at
is
some
apparently
point,
this is apparently a yaoi fanfic. Are we okay with that?
but, I mean, it's rated T, so
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, readers. Thank you for reading my first Eruri AU so far. It's the first yaoi fanfic I write and post. Please don't kill me. All right. Low
I
bar.
How do you think this
implore
works?
Before you start reading, I wanted to clarify that English is not my original language. Oh, now I feel bad for if we're gonna make fun of it. You know, it's like, oh,
right, yeah.
You say have an excuse.
True, yeah. Also, I used Grammarly, so we're just screwed. I apologize for any error. That was me. That was not in it. I apologize for any error you might find. Thank you and good reading, smiley face. Chap one.
Also, we now have Kitty with us. Yay!
Hello, I'm
Yay.
here. I'm live. Hello, I love you. Great.
Chap one. A Carillion caked with blood.
Chap one, the first chap.
Oh,
Or
hi.
lad.
Oh, hi, Misha.
Very first chat. Can't talk.
I don't even know what a Carillion is. Is that like a cotillion?
I don't know. Maybe we'll find
right.
out.
It might be a Carillon? I don't know. A silver, blue, and green Carillion with a couple of dark-haired, elegant-dressed man and woman was turning a slow, sweet,
Carillon.
melody-like lullaby as the figures of the dancing couple gracefully twirled around the center of the music box before the lid slowly closed it, music stopping.
Wait, Serenian? She's a
That was
Serenian?
one sentence.
That was a very long sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of things happened. But this
We've come
person,
so
for
far.
not
At
being an
least they're-
English first speaker, they're really ambitious.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
hi.
true.
Carillon.
All I heard was a blue
Thank you.
Serenian, and I know that's code for Cobalt Vixen.
So you don't
I'm
get
looking
your
up
hands
Carillon. It's
Thank
a
you.
pitched
Thank you.
percussion.
I hope it doesn't melt.
A set of bells in a tower, played using a keyboard or by an automatic mechanism similar to a piano roll. All right,
I have
so
a
we're
feeling the
we're
author
learning new
thinks it's
stuff.
a music box.
What's that?
Sounds like the author thinks it's a music box, though.
Yeah. An old woman with combed, or it's a really big music box.
Full-size people in it.
An old woman with combed gray hair, wearing a long red and golden dress and carrying a green foulard around her shoulders. Oh my god, okay, hold on. Is foulard a real word? Of course it is. A thin, soft material of silk or silk and cotton, typically having a printed pattern. Oh, it's also a tie or handkerchief made of foulard. Okay. All right. Gonna be doing a little vocab tonight. Here we go.
We're learning English from somebody who doesn't speak English.
I was just going to say,
Yeah.
their English is better than ours.
I know, they're schooling our ass. All right. Well, we learned in the American school system, so, you know.
Yeah. An old woman with combed gray hair, wearing a long red and golden dress, and carrying a green foulard around her shoulders, gently picked up the small Carillion before tucking it in her purse. Portraits of royal family members encased in elegant frames rested on the table.
Carillon, for God's sake!
Carillon? Carillon. She walked down the stairs, out of her palace, and up to the carriage that awaited her. This is in italics, but it doesn't seem to be thoughts. So, it gets into first person later. So I think this is.
I'll do it with reverb. There was a time, not very long ago, when we lived in an enchanted world of elegant palaces and grand parties.
Also, I'm full of shit. It says we right there. That's first person. Okay. It was a lovely snowy night. Carriages and cars filed up one after another on the streets to the grand palace on the center of the large city, crossing the tall
Cartilages
bronze...
and cars.
No! Crossing the tall bronze gates and into the large courtyard in front of the castle.
The year was 850, and my son, Ken, was the king of Imperial Sina.
The woman walked to the entrance of the palace. The royal guards, dressed in brown military uniforms and carrying spears, bowed respectfully before her. Inside the grand hall, illuminated by the big bright chandeliers on the roof, the guests were dancing across the dance floor as music resonated through the party.
Thank you for following Joe Buggy.
Yay, thank you, Joe Buggy. Spitfire says, how gnomic is a foulard, how loose is your goose.
The woman, or better, Empress Ackerman, made her way to the throne before she sat on the fine red velvet of the chair. Then we're not using
Empress.
Apparently, we're not using oh hell, I'm blanking on what the hell they're called. Apostrophe, not apostrophes. Quotes. We're not using quotation marks here.
Yeah, using single dashes. That's interesting. You want to be Empress
stage play?
Ackerman?
I've been living my whole life waiting for this moment.
Yeah.
Hello, darling.
She called out with a smile as she waved.
We were celebrating the 300th anniversary of our family's rule.
On the hall, there were 3 people dressed in royal garments and uniforms. One was a man with dark hair, wearing a green uniform with a golden sash across the chest and shoulder. It's like we're reading Robert Jordan, if we gotta know what everybody's reading. White pants and black ball shoes. Black ball shoes, not black ball shoes.
If you look at the soul, it tells you, it answers the question.
Yeah.
So he didn't have just 2 black bowling balls on his feet.
Also, it can't work in Hollywood. It can't work in Hollywood.
Yeah.
The woman was rather short but beautiful. She had long dark hair and gray eyes. She was dressed in a cobalt blue dress. Oh man, we almost got it.
All right, come up.
You take a sip.
Woo!
I
heard
we
it.
all are short fans. This does not represent our views of shortness.
Oh yeah,
Right,
I was gonna
right.
comment
But she
that
was
short,
beautiful.
not beautiful.
How do you know?
Normally, short women make me want to throw up, but this one was pretty good.
I mean, I'd give her a 7, you know?
And you know, yeah, it was proportional. She looked good, you know.
She was dressed in a cobalt blue dress with silver decorations, and she wore a golden tiara on her head.
Yeah, a little forced perspective. You can fix that.
And right behind her, happily looking around, dressed in blue uniform and white pants, was the youngest member of the Ackerman's royal family. With his short dark hair and stormy gray eyes within his serious-looking-like eyes.
Got eyes within eyes, this guy.
This dude looks cool.
Just keep zooming in, and more eyes reveal themselves.
And that night...
Ackerman was the editor of Fangoria, so there may actually be eyes in the eyes. So.
More eyes in the eyes.
And that night, no star burned brighter than that of our kind, Reveal, my youngest grandson.
The little boy noticed his grandmother sitting on the throne and waved at her before running straight to her.
Michael, you like to take all the kids.
I wanted to leave it open.
That's what he's been accused of, anyway.
I wanted to leave it open in case someone else really wanted to. Okay, but hi, Grandma. He greeted with a smile.
Michael, the way you do children's voices is like oddly too good.
I guess this is me, right?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
everyone's
Well,
grandma.
Their grandma.
No, wait, isn't Ackerman the grandmother, or is that there's so many characters and so many clothes I've gotten lost.
Okay, so we're both doing the same character, but I'm doing the thoughts and she's doing the...
Yeah, you're
Okay.
Okay, so is she speaking out loud?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Revival.
Food.
I
I
was
have the dumbest name of all my grandchildren.
There's more here.
Oh, I'm continuing. How is my little prince doing?
Fine so far. Look, he said before pulling out a drawing.
Oh
It's almost
my!
offensive.
Out of where?
Oh my! So lovely.
She said happily at the gift.
I also have something for you, my dear.
The boy may seem to have a permanent sour face, all credit to his father, but his gray eyes shone with curiosity.
He begged me not to return to Maria Kingdom, so I had a very special gift made for him to make our separation easier for both of us.
As the two chatted, they didn't notice a
I'm
blonde
a
boy.
Hepburn off. No.
They didn't notice a blonde boy sneaking through the back of the throne with an apple in his hand.
Just doing what blonde boys do.
Blondes always do.
Right.
Apple smuggling.
I can't play both of the kids. So.
Oh wait,
Okay.
who is saying
Can I
what
ask
is
where
it?
you guys are?
What's that?
Where are you guys in this story? What story is?
I posted a link in
Yeah. Okay. This
in the
Anastasia
Discord.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You're still in chapter 1.
Yes. Yeah, the line is, what is it? Or you could probably control F for blonde boy.
Blonde boy. Yeah.
Blonde with an E,
Okay.
which is,
Boiling in the jaw, cooking like a stew.
yeah.
Control
what
F
is it?
for that.
He
There
asked
you
with
go.
a smile.
First, close your eyes.
Oh, maybe that was supposed to be me saying that because the blonde boy was because he's asking about the gift. I don't think the blonde boy oh well, whoever, whatever. I am this is probably the best written we've had, but I have no understanding of how anything interacts with each other. It's just okay. The Empress said the boy did so, and when he opened them again, he gasped in surprise. The grandmother had in her hand a silver, blue, and green precious box.
The heart of the ocean.
It was small so that if could fit even in the child's hands. Its surface glittered in the lights.
For me?
He asked in surprise.
Is this a jewelry box?
The blonde boy was still looking at the scene when someone gripped his shoulder and called out to him.
This is a soldier.
Yeah.
Or guard.
I'll do it.
Guards. Yeah.
Do it.
Didn't I told you to stay put at your station?
Asked the taller and older man, one of the guards of the palace and royal family.
Sorry, Dad.
The boy apologized.
Go back.
Wait.
Did that clip for everybody else?
Yeah, it did. Can you do that again?
Come on, we should go back.
The soldier said to his son as the both of them walked away back to their position.
Back to your mark.
Reveille studied the small box in his hands until the grandmother showed him a small key.
Look!
She said as she inserted the key and gave it a few twists. The lid.
A few twists.
There.
I think she's probably
How many
winding
times
it
did you
up.
turn a key?
I think it's
okay.
like a music box thing.
Okay.
The lid of the carillon opened and revealed the two dancing figures inside as the music begun to play. Reveille's eyes glittered in amazement.
It plays our lullaby.
He smiled.
Yep. You can play it at night before you go to sleep and pretend that it's me singing.
The older woman said to her grandson,
What is like fully orchestral? What are you
Oh
talking
god, it's the song. On the wind, cross the sea, hear this song and remember. Oh, that was terrible. We should not do jingles.
It's gonna get worse because now Rivero joined in the singing. His
Oh,
voice
no.
sweet and high pitched due to his young age.
Oh
Oh
no.
boy.
They held hands as they swung slowly in rhythm with the carillon.
Soon you'll be home with me. Once upon a December. Woo!
The little
That could have been worse.
the little boy giggled at the end of the song.
Misha loved it.
Yes. Spitfire said the grandma voice has a bit of Leon in it.
Oh no, it does.
A little bit. Yeah.
And then Joe Buggy
Annoying.
says that hurt my
Alright.
ears.
I'm the
It
duel
also, for some
master.
reason, hurt my eyes. I don't even know how. But let's continue.
This is your line.
Read what it says.
Very meta there.
I know.
The grandmother said as she gave the kid the key. It looked like a couple of wings, blue and silver colored, tied to an equally silver necklace.
So
Together.
the necklace is also part blue.
Everything
Yeah.
is blue, silver, and green. It's the only
So
colors
the whole
that
damn
exist. I
thing's
think.
blue and silver, is what I'm saying.
Right, right.
Together in Maria.
He read on the flat side of the key.
Really?
He asked, hopeful and happy.
Thanks, Grandma.
He hugged the Empress. Or, worse yet, woman. The older woman laughed happily as she returned the little boy's hug. So far, everything
Take
seemed to
it
be
back.
just perfect. People happy, a beautiful family, and all good things that came with it.
But we would never be together in Maria, for a dark shadow had descended upon the house of the Ackermans.
Then the door suddenly slammed open and the lights dimmed, almost darkening the ballroom. That is what dimmed means. That's good.
Dim lights. In
Hey.
fact, yeah, almost. Almost
Hey.
what they do.
They are on top of that. They are good with the vocab. A cloaked figure stood on the porch. Corpses of 2 guards lying limp on the floor behind him in a pool of their own blood. People gasped or screeched in horror. They backed away when the figure walked straight toward the throne, arms extended to make its way through the crowd.
His name was Kimono. We thought he was a holy man, but he was a fraud. Power mad and dangerous.
We should never have worn him around the house like a robe.
It felt like a limerick was starting. Like his name was Kimono. In his pants, he made an ono. Something.
True.
Well,
Kimonos
you know.
don't have pants. You're fired.
Oh, don't get my things.
Kenny the king walked bravely up to the King Kenny walked bravely up to the man, a scowl on his glaring face.
King Kenny seems chill
Are
as
they gonna kill
fuck.
Kenny?
That's my prediction. They're gonna kill Kenny. Yeah.
Oh.
Who wants to be Kenny? Tracy?
Is it the Kenny from South Park?
You could choose to play it that way
Yeah.
for sure.
You gotta do the
Alright.
voice.
King Kenny.
King Kenny. Sorry, I was working on the confidant.
Highlighting,
Yeah.
yeah. Search
Kenny-
Kenny? Yeah.
King a scowl on his glaring face. All right.
Scowling and glaring.
He growled. The man pulled off his hood to reveal the long beard, rounded glasses, and dirty hair.
The long beard, rounded glasses, and dirty
favorite.
hair that we all have.
Is it kimono?
Right.
But I'm confident.
I guess this is Kimono.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesse? Do we want to give it to
He's-
Jesse?
The wizard.
Yes.
Want to be the wizard Kimono?
The Kimono.
I gotta
Yeah.
look up if this is an Anastasia character.
Oh, I
Or-
think it is. Wasn't the wizard like the bad guy who controlled the bat? The little bat boy? Cute little bat
Yeah.
boy?
Okay. Okay, which one?
Oh no, that's Those are anime girls with boobies.
Uh,
Look up
But
Anastasia Wizard.
I...
no.
No.
Stop.
What? Kimono's calling
Stop.
us. I'm sorry.
Hello, Kimono?
Okay.
Shut up.
But I am your confidant.
The figure stated simply.
Yeah.
Kenny ordered.
You think you can banish the great I already forgot how
We've
to
been
say
saying kimono, just like the
it. Kimono.
The wizard
the
bellowed, showing a green cylindrical glowing relic in his hand.
By the unholy powers vested in me, I banish you with a curse.
Man, I wish I had some unholy
Wonder
powers.
Woman.
How do I get unholy powers vested in me? Like, what do I?
Yeah, I was
You gotta have
wondering
a green
that.
cylinder,
Where do you go for that?
glowing relic.
The crowd gasped in horror. Reveal glared at the man with a mixture of fear and anger. His grandmother had her hands on both his shoulders, protectively, her face stricken with fear and worry.
Mark my words.
The madman hissed, pointing at the king.
You and your family will die within the fortnight.
And if you die in Fortnite, you die for real.
Yeah.
He stated. The guests gasped as some begun to step back.
You'll never get that dub now. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry.
I will not rest until I see the end of the Ackerman line forever!
He lifted the artifact, and a supernatural green fog encircled it as a ray shot out, hitting one of the chandeliers and causing it to fall in the middle of the ballroom. Guests
Manta ray.
quickly... what?
A manta ray fella. Shout out a manta ray.
All right, I mean... Well, too soon for Steve Irwin jokes, I suppose. Guests quickly scattered out the way before they could be crushed by the falling object.
Consumed by his hatred for Kenny and his family, Kimono sold his soul for the power to destroy them.
The wizard
That's
stood
why
in front
you'll
of...
never have those powers, Michael. You don't have a soul to sell.
The wizard stood in front of a well as he casted a spell that summoned the forces of darkness and hell.
Sweet rhyme. Holy crap. A wizard stood in front of a well as he casted a spell that summoned the forces of darkness and hell. That's fire.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. A dark vortex erupted from the well, sucking in the man's skin, flesh, and soul, leaving just a skeleton. From the vortex appeared an artifact decorated with bronze snakes and a skull on top. As soon as the skeleton grabbed it, skin and flesh were restored to him once more. Okay, so
cool.
Hurt for a second,
So
but
how-
it's a
how
good
did
story
this
for the
skeleton grab
grandkids.
it without any muscles, though. That's what I like.
Kimono grinned like a madman as the skull's mouth opened and small little green demons with bat wings of green fog lurked out of it.
Some green fog. Okay.
They're lurking right for us.
Go! Fulfill your dark purpose!
He loathed.
Hello?
Loathed.
You jerks, I hate you!
Seal the fate of the king and his family once and for all!
So Misha says that this is just the exact events of the movie Anastasia, except
Yes, this
with
is how the movie starts.
Attack on Titan characters. I'm not sure if I've ever seen it.
What?
I've seen like clips of it. I'm not.
Yeah. This is
I was gonna make the joke at some point, like, so this is just completely the script for Anastasia. There's nothing different that's happened so far.
Apparently so.
From that moment on, the spark of unhappiness in our country was fanned into a flame that would soon destroy our lives forever.
Is
An
that the
angry
real line
mob.
from the movie? The spark of unhappiness?
I don't know.
Destroy our lives forever.
There's a lot of flensing in the movie, you know. It's a tough one. An angry mob armed with torches and forks gathered on the front of the gate and shouted imprecations.
Just regular pork.
Torch. They just,
Flashlight torches.
The tiny green demons reached for the gate's lock, easily breaking it open and allowing the mad people in. Hell broke loose then. Royal statues were brought down, and the people inside the palace begun to run for dear life.
Begun to run.
Begun to run. He really likes those inner rhymes.
I'm gonna guess this is the kid.
Oh, help!
Hurry, children!
The guards that were still loyal to the crown quickly ran toward the front gate to stop the insurrection, ready to intervene. With them was also the blonde boy, but he was stopped by his father.
Erwin, stay here. It's too dangerous.
The soldier stated.
But father,
Boy called out.
I want to help.
Do as I say.
The older man replied as he and the others rushed out to fight. Erwin remained standing in the hall as people ran past him in order to escape the bloodshed. But then one of them ran past him in the opposite direction, catching his attention.
My music box!
Ravel thought as he ran back to his room.
I had to find it.
Come back!
Came the worried voice of the Empress as she tried to keep up with her grandson. The kid rushed into his room and managed to find his music box. Good, because he just put it there, right? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
the grandmother
Man,
He
followed,
just
just
do it.
threw it in and slammed the door. Who knows?
just like,
A pile of other music boxes.
amongst the pile of rotting slaves and stuff. The grandmother followed suit. Explosions and fire could be heard and seen from the tall windows. None of them noticed a small white bat spying them through the glass.
Wait, she followed suit and managed to find her own
No.
music box?
No, I mean,
You know.
he was already holding it, so he really did it. But she came in, she noticed it was in his hand. And
Like, oh, there it
found
is.
it.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Small white bat.
We have to get away from here!
The old woman hurried.
Mr.
This is actually the
Oh.
blonde boy, it sounds like, even though it says it's a new voice.
Here.
A new voice called out. The two turned to see a blonde young boy who was opening a secret passage within the walls. He donned the guard's recruit uniform and had short blonde hair.
Please hurry.
What color is this kid's hair again? He urged.
Come this way, out of the servants' quarters!
Said the Empress as she led the dark-haired child out.
Dad, do you want to be a small bat?
Well, sure. Where's the line?
We're at Master Kimono.
Master Kimono, they're getting away.
A small bat exclaimed, worried and sweating.
Wait, I...
Ravel tried to say as he turned to the trainee.
There is no time. Just go.
The blonde replied firmly as he slammed shut the secret passage. The angry mob voices got louder until the doors of the room busted open and a group of harmed men stormed in the room.
Harmed men. It hurts to
They
storm.
body slammed it.
They're pretty wounded to give them a better chance to win.
Wait. Just
This
one
is
of the
one
men.
of the men.
Where are they, boy?
One of the men hissed. Erwin looked around for a weapon he could use until he picked up a heavy chandelier and used it to bring down a few men. Wow! This blonde boy is bigger than I was picturing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
But in the midst of the fight, the boy failed to notice a foe coming up from behind him, and then he felt a stinging pain in the back of his head when the butt of the rifle hit him. no foe. He fell to the ground unconscious. Lying next to him was a small silver, blue, and green music box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Each more silver than the last.
Okay. So Joe Buggy asks, so which one is Anastasia, Reveal or Irwin? Consensus probably Reveal.
I'm thinking Reveal.
Because I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know.
I'm thinking it's Reveal.
All I remember about the movie is I saw it in college, and at the end, like, Anastasia kicks like the bad guy off a train, or maybe the guy she's with kicks him off the train or whatever, and says "Das Verdanya," and then the movie ends, and I was like, "What does Das Verdanya mean?"
It means
All I know is Anastasia's
ghost
the one that ran
verandas.
back to the music box.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense. And hello, Jenny. Thank
Hi,
you for
Jenny.
joining. And
How you doing?
haven't seen it since it came out. Mostly vaguely familiar enough with the actual person. Well.
I actually knew the song, and I was trying to sing like the actual song when it came to the part.
I don't even.
Oh, really?
Once Upon a December. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's a real song.
I didn't even remember that there was. What's that?
Anybody familiar with the actual historical?
Oh, the historical bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spy bats from Anastasia.
I didn't even remember that the movie had songs in it, so that's how much.
It had like that song, Once Upon a December.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The city was in chaos, burning with the flames of the revolution as the Empress and the little prince ran across the frozen lake, trying to put as much as distance they could and reach the train station that would have brought them to safety.
Keep up with me, darling!
The older woman said, panting. It was already difficult to run across the snow and ice, not to mention that she was too old and his grandson too small.
Oh.
Short,
I
but
like to
still
imagine she can
beautiful.
hear you. Like, fuck you!
She quit. She's running across the ice. She made a quick transition of gender. They ran under a bridge when a dark shadow suddenly fell upon the prince, grabbing his legs and throwing him down on the snow.
Kimono!
She cried out as she tried to help her grandson back up to his feet. The madman, however, had no intention of let go.
Let me go, damn it!
Reveal shouted as he tried to free himself, but it was in vain.
No. You'll never escape me, child.
The wizard hissed threatening.
Never!
As they struggled, the ice under Kimono's body begun to crack until it broke with a sharp cracking sound, and he fell into the icy waters. When the madman
Making another cracking
Sound
sound.
like it was cracking.
The crack of the
What?
water.
Was it Rasputin in the movie? Is that who Kimono
Yeah.
is?
Yes!
Yeah,
I
okay.
think so.
Yes!
When the madman realized his mistake, he was caught in panic.
I said, let me go!
Reveal shouted as he gave a strong kick on the madman's face. I so have Elton John's Madman Across the Water stuck in my head now. Losing his grip on the boy, the wizard struggled in vain to hold on the ice as his body begun to sink. The two fugitives took advantage of the situation and ran as fast as they could, far away from him.
Halt!
The wizard cried out. The small white bat fled down next to his owner.
That's the one.
Master.
He gasped as Kimono definitely sunk down in the black waters with a strangled gurgling noise.
He's definitely
His
down
hand-
there.
No doubt about it. His hand sinking was the last... What's that?
Sure did, sure enough.
Yeah. His hand sinking was the last thing of him before it disappeared with the rest of him as well.
It's a great sentence.
The trains howled high as people gathered to aboard the last exits. Okay, I sentence started off strong. Not great on the dismount, but I like it. The very last train...
People gathered to aboard the last exits. That's all right.
Nope.
Like
Sorry.
Nope, doesn't work. The very last train that could have helped the two royal escapees was just making its way out the station.
Hurry!
The Empress hurried as she tried to drive herself and the boy in the midst of the large crowd and toward the train. The older woman reached for it first and was hauled up by the other passengers. Rivera was having a hard time to keep up. Grandma! Rivera cried out as he ran.
Here, take my hand! Hold on to my hand!
The older woman shouted, extending her arm out to help the kid. Finally, their hands entwined, but it was short-lived as their hold slipped away. Rivera tripped and fell to the ground, hitting his head hard. His vision blurred in and out like the voices around him as he tried to keep conscious, but soon darkness swept him away. The grandmother screamed in desperation as the last living relative of her family disappeared in the crowd.
So many lives were destroyed that night. What had always been was now gone forever. And my beloved grandchild, I never saw him again.
Author notes. I would be very grateful, too, if you can help me pinpoint possible errors. Thank you very much for reading. No, unfortunately, you won't get smut or lemon in this story. I don't
I have a question.
What?
I have a question. What do you mean lemon? What?
Well, Drew, when
I think it's like
I'm gonna
squeeze my lemon till
I'll
it
ask
shrinks
Google.
like type
love
of
each other
lemon.
very much.
I don't think I want to know.
Google the
Don't, which
lyrics
is what's
to Led
funny, is they're
Zeppelin's Lemon.
And no, you guys aren't gonna get that gross smut or then this super
Or citrus
specific
fruit.
term.
But
Not in
maybe
this chapter, anyway.
if I receive enough comments,
Oh.
you all will get a smutty bonus scene with the compliments of the house. Big smiley face. Until we read
And
again, smiley face.
Anastasia?
We getting that lemon,
Yep.
baby.
Yep.
Woo! It's the grapefruit.
Did he reach
Joe Buggy,
the
do you know
goal?
what lemons are? You say no lemons.
Me,
so
me,
you know what they are?
Misha posted a definition in Peanut Gallery, so
Oh God, I
Oh.
have to know.
it's not as bad as you might think.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I'm just gonna keep thinking it's something real bad that we can't even say.
Oh, by the way, I just checked my
Lying.
phone. Joe Buggy is my girlfriend, Jocelyn. Hi, Jocelyn.
Hello.
Huh. Wonder what the etymology of that is.
What bugs?
Okay. What? Wait, what?
I was trying.
Of lemons.
Thank you.
Okay.
Lemons
so
are bugs.
let's go to 700 days of
All
summer.
right. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Let's slow
It's been
things
a bit.
really down.
It's sad that Quinn isn't here for this. Quinn really loves these so much.
Yeah.
Oh, let's get those motorcycle
I was
feelings.
just gonna say, I do
Okay,
miss
and I
motorcycle
forgot to.
feelings.
We did make it to the next
Mhm.
chapter, right? We got through chapter 5.
Yeah, we did conquer.
It took
Chapter
3
eight.
months, but we got through chapter 5.
Chapter 5 was so long.
Yeah, Quinn's just taking a break tonight.
Well,
Are we
deserved break.
actually-
We love Quinn.
Are we actually
we-
on chapter 6?
I'm pretty sure we managed to get through 5, but let me just check.
All right.
Because they went on their.
Yeah. No,
Dates
it looks
and-
it looks right. I honestly
Yeah.
did not think we were this
Yeah.
far, but yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so quick recap. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's story, and that's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they play card games on motorcycles. No card games in this. They're just people. There are motorcycles and motorcycle feelings, but they don't play these silly games. They're mostly just in high school, and there's interpersonal drama. Aki and Yusei are falling in love, and they just went on a very long date.
God, it was long.
And
Oh, Aki is her butler?
Yusei is Aki's butler. which was a complete surprise to her.
And bodyguard.
And bodyguard. And classmate in every class. And they went on a date, and then they went to a party briefly, and then they went back to the room and they snuggled under the covers. But Yusei is too much of a gentleman to push for sex on the first date. And that's where we are.
I'm glad that that was such an underexplored aspect of his character in the show. So I'm really glad.
Right. And Tracy, do you have a link to the to your highlighted script?
Oh, right. Yeah.
In the show, did it go into how good he was at making breakfast? Because he's really good at making breakfast.
Yeah.
It's true. That might have come up. Yeah.
Also, Mikage and Jack Atlas are kind of there's something there, but Jack is a raging alcoholic right now.
Yes, Jack is dealing with alcoholism, and Mikage is dealing with Jack's alcoholism.
Mikage's starting to catch on that when he brings his own cooler to events and drinks solely himself out of it. The bottles that he uses are actually full of alcohol.
And the floor around his cooler smells like alcohol.
And his breath smells like alcohol. And there were clues. There were clues there.
Subtle, well-hidden clues. All right. Author's note. Here's chapter 6. Let me know what to improve on. Have a wonderful spring.
Well, we do.
Have a wonderful spring break. I will continue writing the story, however. Also,
that'll ruin your spring break. However,
Scooby 82101. That's our
Scoob.
That's who we blame whenever things are badly edited because Scooby looks over the scripts. Okay,
he does do better than Grammarly. You got to give him that.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. All right, so we begin from Aki's point of view. It had been about a month since Yusei and I became boyfriend and girlfriend. Things had been going relatively normal for us since then. Being together was a lot of fun as Yusei was still being the incredibly kind guy that I began to have these feelings towards. Like he didn't turn into a frog or anything. Speaking of which, neither of us had decided if we loved each other yet. We did not bring it up a lot, though, as we needed to focus both on school and the relationship itself.
But they did bring it up. It's like, do you love me yet? No. Yeah, same. All right, check back with me.
Directly related to the relationship itself to me. So.
It would seem that way. Heck, we instructed the group to not tell anyone, not even my parents. That sounds healthy in a relationship. They all agreed, very thankfully. Things had been going relatively well overall.
So they were excited to not tell anyone.
They were like, God, no, I would never tell someone about this. Actually, thinking about Yusei's kindness always brought a smile to my face. That morning I thought about how Yusei treated me during our dates. He always cared about how I felt about things, was always trying to behave his best, and he was always extremely kind. Sometimes we did have an argument, but we just laughed about it afterwards. We always worked things out. Those good moments with Yusei always made me smile to myself. In fact, while on the way to school today, I was smiling to myself about him. While on the way to school today, I was smiling to myself about him. Even when I
not in love yet, though. This is not love, apparently. I mean, just the thought of it makes me.
Well, they haven't made that decision. I like that it's a decision to make. Shall I fall in love with Yusei today?
Like it's a level in a video game to reach. Like, I don't know.
Even when I entered the school building, I continued thinking about him and smiling. Some may say it's silly, but I'm happy. S.
Usually that S means sarcasm, but okay.
But I'm happy.
Is this Aki or is this someone else?
This is
a snide voice.
A redhead?
A snide
this
voice.
This is like Reba McEntire got pulled
That's
through some
not-
taffy machine.
I'll do
No.
this one. I don't have a voice in this yet.
Okay.
Who is this?
What are you smiling about?
Is that
I
Rosie
heard-
O'Donnell or
No, it's a
It is
mashup
not
of.
Rosie O'Donnell.
okay? I didn't
I
think
heard-
it was, but I wanted to be sure.
I heard from someone in a snide voice. I lost my smile and turned to the right to follow the voice.
Oh, my smile.
I saw a light red-haired girl with sly eyes standing against the wall.
No reason.
The girl smiled mischievously at me. I grew a bit unnerved at her smile.
Liar. You're that Aki Izoyoye girl. Izoyoye girl.
That's me.
You obviously have something going through your head.
It unnerved me again. It had been a while since the topic of the event 7 years ago. I had assumed people forgot it or changed their minds about it. I just ignored her and continued walking.
I mean, Carly did do that like whole special
Right.
news bulletin about it. But,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
and the event that is being referred to is that Aki stabbed Mikage's dad in the stomach with a knife.
Hacked at him with a cleaver, actually.
Yes, because he was drunk and abusive.
And I'm from a small town, so that's just like run-of-the-mill thing there.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're thinking about a boyfriend you have, aren't you?
I stopped dead in my tracks. How the hell did she know? I turned back to her and her smile grew.
You have it written all over your face. I may not know who he is, but I doubt he'll be with you long enough. What with you being a psychopath and all. Unless...
You buy this magic potion. I grew more and more nervous while I tried to relieve myself over the fact that she had no idea I was dating Yusei. Her words were somehow crawling into my brain and suffocating my thoughts with them.
Just go pee,
Trying
girl.
to pee my thoughts out here. Come on.
Unless you put out, he will never stay with you. Sex is the only thing boys really care about in relationships.
So, your previous thesis was that I'm too much of a psychopath for him to stay with me, but now you're saying actually he's going to leave you if you're not putting out. Like, pick a lane, girl.
Well, I
No,
mean, I
if
think
she
what they're
puts out,
saying
it
is
doesn't
if you're
matter
not
whether
putting
she's a
out, you're a psychopath. So,
Okay, all right. I guess that does track.
That happens.
I grew a bit angry there. I knew Yusei was a perfectly kind person and would not want only sex out of our relationship. I so wanted to slap duct tape across her mouth.
Like just a
And-
roll and hit her with it.
It sounds like a line from Little House on the Prairie
I
about
just-
Nellie, whatever her face.
Yeah.
I just think, and that's why they call it duct tape.
Well, Spitfire Spitfire says yes, and Aki is the psychopath, not the redheaded woman hanging out in like a hotel lobby, recognizing
But
Aki.
it's a school.
Oh, they're in school now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hanging out in school and like no, Aki's the real
Yeah.
psychopath here. You got it.
Yeah.
Who
yeah.
can read her smile and deduce that she has a boyfriend and that they're not having sex?
You have a
Yeah.
what are you
Don't
thinking?
hate me
You have a
because of my
boyfriend. He's
past.
gonna leave you. You're a psychopath. Are you having sex? You're weird.
Don't hate me because of my powers.
She goes home. Why doesn't anybody want to be my friend? I knew she wanted to piss me off, and sadly it was working. Parents and teachers keep telling you to just ignore them, but let's face it, sometimes you want to disregard their advice. The
Why? I
parents
can
wanna
just
disregard
disregard your
them.
advice.
The girl kept going with me, trying to shut her words out. A large figure came forward then and stood in front of her. Oh, Haro, I guess. This is the big guy, right?
Yeah, Tracy was playing this guy. Purple text.
Okay.
What? Would you back off? You gotta get to your class!
The girl squeaked in fear and then ran off. The giant turned back to me and I saw his face. It was Haro's.
Don't let her get to you. She's cruel to anyone who might or be in a relationship. I don't know why.
I smiled at Haro standing up for me, the same guy who was angry at me some time ago. I had to get to class, though, so I said goodbye to Haro as well as thanking him quickly before running off. I kept looking over my shoulder every few seconds to make sure that girl wasn't following me. I slid into my seat, but my thoughts weren't on class or homework. Fear was eating at my every thought, with me being more cautious of my surroundings. My fears melted into thoughts about Yusei. I did not know if he really wanted to have sex. I knew he was still really kind and he was trying to figure out if he loved me. He still treated me as well as any good boyfriend would. However, he never brought up sex. I did not know whether or not he wanted to have sex at some point. When was it the right time to do it? These questions kept bothering me during advisory. You could tell by my face that something was wrong. Yusei had to work on a project that morning, so I could not ask him about the situation. However, Divine noticed my expression in my face and walked over.
Drew,
An
you were
expression
Divine.
in your face.
You have an expression
Okay.
lodged in your face.
Key, is something bothering you?
I snapped back to reality to make myself unsuspicious, and I smiled to help.
Sorry, I am kind of tired. Not much sleep last night.
Well, you are unsuspiciously lodged in reality. That's good.
Divine just smiled at me.
Just smiled, and now I'm going to say something because that's what we do in fanfic. Key, if there was anything I learned from you, it was that you are a terrible liar.
My smile
Semicolon.
My smile disappeared.
Now tell me what the matter is.
What's the buzz?
Why is
Tell me what's
so
happening.
unfair?
What's the dirt?
I looked down nervously. I looked to the clock. Sadly, 5 minutes till the period was over.
I have to go to the bathroom now. Unfortunately, gotta go.
It's just, I have to go bathroom now, so she reverts to, like, childhood.
I have to go bathroom now.
I have to bathroom. I gotta go.
I ran off immediately with my stuff. Divine tried to stop me with some pleading to come back, but I didn't listen. I ran to the girls' bathroom, found an empty stall, and slammed the door shut. I sat down on a toilet and waited for the period to end. I kept thinking to myself,
What the heck? Wait. I've only been half listening because I've been highlighting.
No,
She's
class-
on a
the class
very
period.
strict schedule. She's got 5 minutes until the period is over.
It's the class period, but yeah, it's badly. I kept thinking to myself about what was going on. I wanted to see Yusei, tell him about what happened. However, I was also afraid to see him, afraid that he might want to have sex as well. I mean, he's in every class. I just see her, like, plopping down next to him next class. Do you want to have sex right now? I was not sure.
I have to go sex now.
I was not sure.
It would be, I have to sex now.
Unfortunately.
I was not sure. Sex now before period is over. I was not sure about it. I have heard how wonderful it was, while I also heard about how much the first time hurts. It doesn't help that we have been dating for about a month by then, so I did not whether or not it was too early. This was the first relationship I have ever been in that resembled love. What was I supposed to do? So, what is it? They live in Domino City, right? Domino City, is that right?
New Domino City.
New Domino City. Their sex ed program is lacking, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They spend all that time on dual runners.
Yeah.
It's actually sponsored by Domino's, so they just learn about pizza in their health class.
The whole city is sponsored by Domino's.
Yeah.
I see now, like, do you want to have sex now? Is it like dual running? As the day went on, the pressure became even worse. I could not talk to Yusei as he had a project he needed to work on for biology. Which I already finished with Misty. But things got really bad. But things got really bad when history got started. Mr. Yanagi Mr. Yanagi said due to us studying Roman emperors, we would be watching the movie Caligula.
Oh, come on.
What the heck?
No.
This is a cool teacher.
Misha says every element of drama in this story is so manufactured and tedious. Yeah.
Yes.
But this Caligula thing, we're going to be watching all of Tinto Brass's films, but we're going to start, history, and then we'll branch over. It's film history, kids.
I mean, if you want to talk about sex, the scene where Malcolm McDowell fists a guy at his wedding, I think, that's a real good icebreaker, We had already gotten our permission slips, and I thought the film would be no big deal. Boy, was I wrong. The film was pretty much porn.
Oh,
No exaggeration, we were watching the uncut edition. I saw things that... I know, it's like... what? Mr. Yanagi's in the background just drinking.
Because
This
most
is bad.
Romans
These-
were not.
These children are so immature,
circumcised.
she doesn't even know the right word is uncircumcised.
Right.
So he's back there just like, hey, kids, how's the movie? I ain't watched it.
Come on, that was good.
Does he have any?
That was
Okay,
good.
Uncut.
Thank you. The uncut version. Come on. I'll take donations
I
in the
know.
chat. Thank you.
I think there is only the uncut edition, right? Like, it's not like they released it in the theaters as X, and it's not like it got
the
like a TV
version
version.
was different. Yeah.
Was there a TV version? How the hell do you make a TV version out of that?
I'm kidding.
Okay, that's okay.
It's just a bunch of jump cuts.
It's like him demanding they whip the water for like an hour and a half, and then he dies. I saw things that no parent would want a kid to see. In fact, half of the parents did not let their kids see it, no doubt aware of what was in the movie, while some did not care. How in the world did our teacher get away with showing this? Luckily, Yanagi gave the... Yeah, really good question. We're not going to answer it. Luckily, Yanagi gave them an alternate assignment. They got to watch Behind the Green Door or whatever. As for me, though, I had to watch the movie. I saw men and women in positions I never even knew existed. Nudity all around and several other...
To the regional manager.
Nudity all around and several other fetishes in the film. Some of the scenes were not...
fetishes to each other.
I have a nudity fetish myself.
Some of the scenes were not even sexy. They were just downright gross. One scene had Malcolm McDowell. Yes, Malcolm
There you
McDowell. Yeah, they're calling it out. Shove a flower up a guy's ass. However, during some of the more sexy, for a lack better term, scenes, I sadly began thinking about me and Yusei again. This time...
Did this author, need to work through their feelings about Caligula that they watched?
Yeah, it seems...
Yeah,
it
Wants
seems
to write
so.
a lemon.
It's just like, should I join Letterboxd or write a chapter in which elementary children are forced to watch Caligula? Like, I gotta get my thoughts about it.
Well, I'm already working on this
Or high
story.
school,
I'll just
yeah.
work it in.
This is a writing assignment that your psychiatrist gives you. Like,
This
okay,
time-
okay.
Sam in the chat says in biology class they're watching Deep Throat.
There you go. All right, we got 2 Maryland Chambers name check there. Okay. This time participating in that kind of thing. I tried to snap back to reality and I looked to Yusei. He seemed indifferent towards the film, and I wondered if in his head he was thinking about all the sex. But most of all, did he want to have sex?
Can that be a quote?
Where? Write him, do what every high school student does. Write, do you want to have sex? ? Put a little yes box and no box. And then fold it up like 17 times so that it folds in on itself and pass it over to him.
Yeah.
The rest of the day was...
Oh, sorry.
What's
I want to tell like a 1-second story. I got one of those notes handed back to me, but like some other kid wrote the note and handed it to some other kid, and somehow it got to me. So all I got was a note that says, "No, I don't like you." So there's my story. Please continue.
The rest of the day was normal up until kinetic wellness. Oh, excuse me, at that moment it was sex ed. Worse, it wasn't Mr. Saiga, our gym teacher. Instead, it was Mr. Ushio. Ushio was normally a security officer for the school, but now he was teaching a class on sex.
Nice.
Naturally, a couple people giggled at the idea.
Guard is a sex teacher now. What a weird.
Naturally.
It was just whoever would volunteer at the staff.
Yeah.
I got nothing
feel
I'm
better
doing.
about our education
It's a
system.
very
little bit.
it's a very Midwest way to go about it.
Yeah.
They
Naturally, a
offered an
couple.
Amazon gift card to whoever would teach it.
Yep.
I'm so excited to get to this guy's line. Naturally, a couple
Oh, yeah.
people giggled at the idea, which did nothing but make him very angry.
Now, did we have a voice for this guy yet? Has he shown up?
I don't
I
remember
don't
him.
know.
Okay. Isn't this the wait? This is the same guy we read an epic poem about this guy. This is the bad man from The Queen and the Bad Man.
Is he?
For those who have been
The bad man?
that was a long time ago, but okay.
I
I'm pretty
remember
sure.
I like the
He's-
poem, but
Look,
is
do you want to
basically
get
the
AIDS? Then shut up and pay attention.
What? Like you're
Want to get
that's what I
AIDS or
get for
not?
paying
Shut
attention?
up.
because the kids were giggling. That's why. Kidding. See, it's
So
he's.
He's just gonna be like, giggling spreads
A
AIDS.
grave.
And,
Yeah.
guys, chewing gum in class. That's you want to get AIDS?
yeah, this is making
It'd
more
be
sense.
It'd be better if he threatened to
Set
shoot
the
him.
gum under your desk.
Security
Also
guard.
AIDS.
He said with a booming voice that I was surprised the whole school could not hear. He went up to the drawing board and pulled down a projector screen with 2 pictures of a naked man and woman. 2 pictures. Okay.
Yeah. Is it two? So is it two
Those
sets
poor
of
nude
naked
photos.
men and women?
Jesus said
Or
you
is it
cannot
one
draw
picture
a
of a
naked
man?
man and a naked woman in the same picture.
Yeah.
Then a
So I'm
third woman.
imagining.
Then a third picture that was just a screen cap of Malcolm McDowell fisting a. He started saying
I'm
stuff.
imagining. I'm sorry. I'm imagining he's got a picture of a man and a picture of a woman, and he's going to press them together to show how this gets. All right.
There.
Now they both have AIDS.
Now look, you see,
You do
When,
this wrong, you get AIDS.
you look at one picture, and it's got the 2 of them standing on opposite sides of the paper, right? But look, when they love each other very much, you fold the paper,
Dotted line.
and that's it. Now sign the form, sign the thing that said I told you.
I gotta go get my Amazon gift card.
He started saying. He started saying stuff about it, but then I imagined that they were mine and Yusei's bodies.
No.
I then suddenly saw them turn to each other and started kissing. I noticed Yusei put me.
Fold. It's like,
Okay,
Let's get
what
to
the
it.
hell is going on here? I noticed Yusei put me down and got his fireman ready.
Fireman.
What?
Sound the alarm.
Because you know how Jeff Bezos' rocket, the head of it looks like a fireman's helmet, and also looks like, you know what?
Sure.
It's fireman.
okay.
Goes like
Exactly
a
what you
man.
think it
Right.
is.
So Yusei was like,
It's
"Hey,
little
you."
Darth Vader.
So Yusei was like, "Hey, you slut," and then got his dick out. Like, is that what's going on here?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
In,
You got
in
it
her
ready.
imagined cartoon of the
The
that's playing
diagram.
out
This
in
is
her
cartoon. I
mind.
think
Yes.
it's a real fireman.
I blushed. I blushed heavily looking at the board.
It's a card. I play fireman in attack mode.
Yes. That's it. That's it. We figured it. That, nothing lewd.
Then I noticed a huge bang on my desk.
Okay.
What bam? It was like
I
bam!
noticed.
So there were
You
two
noticed a
bangs
rocket
in
and
row.
rolling all night on my desk.
Look, I know it may seem embarrassing or funny, but that does not give you the right to not pay attention.
I think the real embarrassment came from him banging on my desk.
Yeah.
I got some.
Yeah.
Quote that one. That's a quote.
I got some giggles, but Ushio turned to them and they
Just
were
that?
silenced immediately. I hated being a bit rude in my head. I wondered if Mr. Ushio has had any luck with women. However, it was not all about him showing naughty parts as he quickly went into STIs, and that pretty much killed any laughter in the class. However, while I did not want to, I ignored Ushio and continued to think about me and Yusei. I was annoyed as hell.
No, horny. That's the word you were looking for.
After school was out, I thought I was finally free, but no! Sex attacked me.
But no, more explicit pornography that I looked up in preparation for this chapter flashed before our eyes.
I
On
broke
the
out
bus-
into a fit of sex.
On the bus today, I kept seeing ads for aphrodisiacs that had near-naked men and women in the ads. People wearing tight and revealing clothing. A combination of the two. So both tight and revealing? Okay. And more. I tried to pick up a newspaper to get my mind off of it, but inside laid several ads again using sex to sell. It felt both unnerving and somehow arousing. I just wanted to get home and forget about all of this, but the world would not let me. I felt a weird sensation under my skirt that just felt uncomfortable when surrounded by so many people.
This is not
Us feelings.
Motorcycle feelings.
I didn't know you could get motorcycle feelings on a bus.
Yeah.
I guess she's on a
sick
train.
Motorcycle feeling.
No, she said on the bus today.
Tehshogundude knows what it's like for women to be constantly bombarded by sexual imagery and ads for aphrodisiacs that are everywhere.
I just want to
All
say,
over the
I just want to
place.
point out she is both on the bus and on the train, it seems.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's what
I missed the transition.
Yeah, that's
She's
why I was
also
saying,
sitting
like,
on a dryer in a washing machine.
I wanted the train to get home so fast, but it felt like forever. The more I wanted it to get home, it felt like an additional 10 minutes was added. When I got home, Yusei was by the door waiting. Why did he is in every class with her? He lives at her place. Why did
Oh
they
my
not go home
God.
together? Oh,
He's not real, is he?
So Tyler,
You
He just appears everywhere that she is.
Yusei's.
No, probably has a picture of the two of them, but it's her arm around nothing.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, boy. Yeah, your buddy, you say. Okay, sweetheart.
But
I felt
the fireman. Hey, look again. There is no fireman.
So then who stabbed the dad?
We all did.
He's a paramedic.
Oh, okay.
I felt nervous just looking at him. How would I talk to him about this? I walked up to him and he smiled and kissed me on the cheek. He then noticed the expression on my face and looked at me worried.
Aki, is there something wrong?
He said. I sighed. I looked into his eyes.
You say I want to, you know.
Yusei looked at me confused. I wanted to say it, but I was just so nervous. It was especially hard saying it directly to his face. So I talked to his fireman instead. So I turned around to the opposite direction. So now she's presenting. All right.
Yeah.
I want to have sex.
Good job.
Then it cuts to commercial. Because that seems like it, it seems like it's building up to that. But instead, we're just gonna keep going.
I saw this cartoon. I saw this thing in health class where a guy sticks a flower in another guy's ass, and I want you to do it.
Her health teacher was just happened to be walking by, and hilariousness ensues.
Okay,
I
so
turned
yeah, I want to have sex, and then it cuts to commercial, and then
I turned back to him. His face looked as if he had electricity run through his entire body.
Are you sure? I think it's a little early, don't you think?
Yusei said to me. I remained in my position.
With my butt facing him. Do either of us know when it's too early or too late to do it?
Yusei
Who
still
among us can say?
Yusei still looked concerned.
It's just that this is a big thing.
I know, that's what I heard.
Joyce Fireman.
This This. Try to get the inflection
It gets
right
worse.
since there's no verb technically. This one of the most talked about parts of a relationship.
The fireman.
I just want to make sure you are really comfortable doing this.
I smiled at his I smiled at his concern, but he did not change my mind.
Yes, you say. Let's do it.
Yusei sighed but smiled and agreed. Because my parents were going out tonight for a party, we could do it then. I told him to buy some condoms for later, and he again nodded. While I looked strong, I really was terrified. I was very nervous about the whole thing, and while I did really like Yusei, I did not know if I was doing the right thing or not. I was not just nervous about the sex itself, but of what Yusei thought about me and what he wants. Did he badly want sex, or was he just as nervous and just cared for my safety? All the pressure from today just amalgamated into one huge fear. I did not know much about sex, and I did not know if Yusei knew the ropes or not. The ropes is pretty advanced. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
It just kept getting worse and worse. I would normally call Mikage about something like this, but because of what it was about, I could not do it. I would normally call her about this. I would normally call her about something like this, but because it was something like this, I could not.
Yeah.
Besides, she told me earlier that she was busy tonight, but to try to calm down, I wondered what she was doing. It's gonna cut to her with a gangbang going on.
Who's learning the fireman's carry?
Okay, are we going to continue with this then for a while, or are we going to Love or Lust, or how?
Let's go to Love or Lust.
Okay,
I would
did
like
you get
to.
highlighting done?
Yep.
Put a pin in
let's go.
this.
As you say, went to buy the condoms, I thought maybe I should tell him about my latex allergy. Nah.
Well, way to find out you have one.
True story. Not mine, though.
Okay, so
Somebody's.
Yeah, it happened to someone.
Sure.
Yeah.
do we want to do the recap? A lot has happened since the recap was done, but I mean,
Okay. Star Fox was systematically captured by Star Wolf, who are all vampires. Wolf is now going by Volk because it's Russian for wolf. And he turned Crystal into a vampire and wants her to be their queen. And he has the ability to control her mind. And Fox died, but he was brought back to life by death. And
Ironic.
given cool powers, dark powers. He's got some kind of shadow blade or something.
It was Phantom Blade.
Oh, Phantom Blade. Oh, wow. Phantom Blade.
Wow.
Yeah, after Crystal popped his energy.
Last chapter, a jackal burst out of a horse
Oh, yeah.
and was
Blew up
killed.
everywhere. There's so much puke.
and do you want? Is the counter up?
Oh, yeah. We've also got a drinking game for this one. Every time we say the phrase Cobalt Vixen, take a drink if you would like to participate. But pace yourself because it happens a lot. Let's go.
108 and 17 chapters. So
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I did not expect this story to be so popular. I guess that the whole Star Fox plus vampires thing is making it good, along with references to various vampire media such as Castlevania. Before we continue on, I have something to say. I have something to say to someone. Biggest Streamer 53, I can tell that you're the one who left a bad review on this story.
Fuck.
It's just so you.
It's been found out. Shit.
Even though you blacklisted me from leaving a review on your story, I am not giving up on story writing. If that wasn't you who left the review, then here's my advice. If that wasn't... Okay, yeah. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. However, I'm sorry if I got your name wrong while I was writing my stories. Okay, now that I have said all that, let's jet. Chapter 18.
He's trying to
Sparring.
be like Spike Spiegel, but at the very end there. Let's jet.
I assumed Let's Jet was a Star Fox thing, but no, it's all right. Chapter 18.
Sorry to
He
chat,
says-
but I'm in a hurry.
That's a line.
That's true. But the most applicable phrase is, "Let's rock and roll."
He
Wow.
just wasn't a newcomer. Just isn't feeling it. Chapter 18. Sparring with Panther. After 700 days, I'm like, is that a metaphor? I was sparring with the Panther all last night. If you know it. All right. Down in the dungeon, Bill was still winning over Faye with his words.
Damn, I'm in a dungeon now. Okay, cats.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah, that was you.
He's a charmer, isn't he?
Wait, I thought Cat was Jesse.
Your cat.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay.
It says me on the list.
Does it?
Yeah, but
Did you take?
but
the
Jesse's
roll
not even
for-
in this list, so
Mhm.
that's probably why.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. He's a charmer, isn't he?
Cat asked.
I wonder if he's any different than Panther.
Falco ventured.
Who?
Am I Peppy or Slippy?
You are Peppy.
Peppy? Oh, okay.
You're
Okay.
pretty.
Nah.
Peppy said.
Better than a vampire cat.
Okay, just to refresh you, Peppy sounds like an old man.
Oh, okay. That's right. Nah, he's better than
Peppy's-
that vampire cat.
There you
Hopefully Faye hasn't become as bad as the others.
Flippy said, dreading that the spaniel would still be the girl he knew from so long ago. Faye
Wait,
laughed.
so before she was a vampire? Okay.
I don't know. Apparently she was really horrible.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Faye laughed as Bill spoke to her.
Anyway, that's how I roll.
The Cornerian army member said,
Who? That's Faye is
Faye.
the spaniel.
You're Faye.
I'm Faye.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, have fun talking to yourself.
Okay, Tracy, you got to take Bill then. Do
Okay.
that one.
Anyway, that's how I roll.
the Cornerian army member said,
You're so funny.
the spaniel chuckled.
Yeah, she's just as bad as ever.
I know.
The male dog smiled.
Is there anything else you want to say?
The female dog asked,
Oh, gee. There's not much I can say.
Bill stated.
But I'll say this. Can you get us the key that will unlock the cells? But a wise man once said, can you get us the key that will unlock the cells?
You know I can't do that.
Faye said.
Lord Volk will have me killed.
Then
I'm un-
get it when he's distracted.
The dog calmly said to his love interest.
I'll see what I can
That's all.
do.
The spaniel turned vampire side.
But I won't promise that I will get it and come out unscathed.
Faye walked out of the room, leaving the prisoners alone again.
I hope that she gets out okay.
Slippy said.
Yeah,
Falco stated.
because if she doesn't, it will be curtains for her.
Curtains for us.
We missed the first half of that.
Oh, so then it will be curtains for us.
Happy sighed.
Don't worry, guys. She'll get the key.
Bill calmly said.
Let's hope so.
Cat's eyes became hopeful. Volk walked down to the main room of the castle where he saw Faye. I love that Newcomer was like, "Oh man, I gotta get these guys out of there somewhere, and they need a plan. What if they asked for a key?"
Yeah.
You should always start with that.
And we'll have Bill
Well,
be
yeah,
really
ask.
charming, but we'll just cut in after he was super charming, and just
Right.
that way I don't
Volk
have to
walked-
write it.
Volk walked down to the main room of the castle where he saw Faye standing there.
Just standing there.
What is it, Faye?
He asked.
Lord Volk,
The female dog smiled.
can I have the key to the dungeon?
Did she not remember
Only there
the
were single words
conversation
from
from
female
10
dog.
seconds ago about wait till he's distracted?
Yeah. I'll distract him by asking for the key.
And he'll never suspect when it goes missing.
He'll be so enraged he'll lose track of where he's at.
Absolutely not.
The one-eyed lupine vampire stated,
We won't release the prisoners until it's necessary. That's kind of... You should have been... Are you new?
Please, Lord Volk.
Faye looked up at him with puppy dog eyes.
Oh,
Huh?
hurting
No.
my dog.
No.
The lupine said as he walked up the staircase that led to the throne room.
Why don't you make yourself useful and go and attack our intruders?
Faye sighed in annoyance, knowing that she had to get that key by any means necessary. Even if it resulted in her death, she was going to free her friends.
Spitfire says Faye is that player in every D&D group who forgets the plan immediately after.
Oh, I missed this line. This is Faye.
Oh. As a thought. I'm sorry, Lord Volk,
The spaniel thought to herself,
but I'm going to get that key, and you're not going to stop me. He can read minds.
Yeah.
yeah. Crystal moaned in her coffin, having heard Faye's thoughts. Despite being able to keep her thoughts concealed, she could still hear someone else's. Hearing the noise, Lucy got out of her coffin and carefully approached the one that held the Cobalt Vixen.
Cobalt Vixen.
There we go.
Ooh.
Oh, she apparently because she couldn't do a face palm.
Yeah, you can't do that in a coffin. Too tight.
No.
Okay, who
Just hit your head on the floor.
was- Yeah, you were Lucy. Okay.
Are you okay in there?
The pink hair asked. Opening the coffin, Lucy saw that Crystal was still sleeping. However, the vixen was moaning like she was having a nightmare.
Crystal?
The doe reached into the coffin,
What?
and the vixen woke up.
I was just wondering if you were okay.
The young hare sat down next to the coffin.
Don't worry.
The cobalt vixen moaned.
Don't think the sound effect came through. That's interesting. Can you hear the... All right, sorry, 1 second.
All right.
Nothing over
Because
Discord.
I have to set this default speaker. Okay, so you didn't hear my hilarious Reba bumper earlier then.
Oh, no. That would have been
Okay.
so funny, no matter when it was.
I think you should be getting my honks. Yeah, good. Okay. I was just having a
You
bad
accept my
dream.
honks.
In fact, I was even uncomfortable in the coffin.
Can you stop moaning at me, please? I heard what you were saying earlier.
It makes me feel uncomfortable under my skirt, Lucy said.
Oh?
Crystal's eyes widened.
I won't tell Volk if you're worried about what he'll do to you.
The hare said in an assuring tone.
Thank you.
The Serenian turned vampire said, all of a sudden, Volk walked into the room.
What are you two talking about?
The king of the vampires asked.
What the hell is going on around here?
Nothing much.
Crystal lied.
We were just talking about how charitable it was for you to turn us into vampires.
Really?
The one-eyed lupine asked, somewhat buying his queen's lie.
Indeed.
Lucy lied.
You're such a good person.
You can't fool me.
Volk stated.
I can read your thoughts.
I guess this is a thought.
I like summer, but I'm okay with autumn.
Crystal's thoughts echoed through the lupine vampire's head.
That checks out.
My dad, if you can hear me, I love you.
Lucy yelled in her mind.
All right, that's it.
Volk growled.
Change of plans. Crystal, our wedding shall be on this weekend.
I'll never marry you.
The Cobalt Vixen shouted.
I mean, I love summer.
I guess I didn't leave you time for the honk there. The Cobalt Vixen shouted.
We got it.
You don't have to pause for it.
I like pausing for it.
I love Fox.
That's all I have.
Maybe you'll change your mind after this.
The lupine smiled as his hypnotism started to work. In response,
Hypnotism's kicking in.
Crystal attempted to shut her eyes. However, the hypnosis proved to be too powerful to resist.
Someone help me!
Crystal's thoughts rang out as she attempted to keep in control.
I'm being hypnotized and... Volk's going to do something horrible. Fox, if you can hear this, help!
Fox can't help you now, my dear.
Volk softly said to the vixen, taking her into his arms.
Can I help you carry her?
Lucy asked.
There isn't much you can do.
The one-eyed vampire said,
We're just carrying her to my room.
Okay.
It's
okay then. Run along.
Yep. Cool.
At times, through what I must assume is accident, he kind of almost gets an archer or that kind of uncomfortable sort of moments like that that play really well. The vampire hare said as she walked out of the room with Volk behind her as he carried the hypnotized crystal. After a few minutes of walking, the three entered a room with a king-sized bed in it. Placing Crystal on the bed, Volk sat down next to her.
Now the fun can begin. I put a circus in my room. What do you think it was gonna be?
The circus has a fireman. The lupine chuckled. The lupine chuckled as he kissed the hypnotized Cobalt Vixen on the cheek. Fox had heard Crystal's...
That's when you put Rohypnol in a Cobalt Vixen.
No! Hypnotized Cobalt Vixen.
Fox had heard Crystal's telepathic message of distress and clenched his hands into fists.
The power to clench his hands into fists!
What's wrong?
Farah calmly asked the undead Vulpine.
Volk is hypnotizing Crystal again.
He snarled.
And he's going to do something amoral to her.
Is he going to kill her?
Orlando asked.
True.
I don't know.
Fox stated.
But he might do something worse than that.
Like voter fraud.
Honestly, I've died and it turned out fine.
Yeah, it's true.
It was great.
Then
Jeff's
we've
a
gotta get
really
up there.
understanding guy. Sorry.
Then we've got to get up there before it's too late.
Farah took out a stake.
The
Yeah.
path we're about to take better lead up to the top floor.
Yep.
Orlando. Sure. Orlando said as he brought out his whip.
His name.
It will be one of the few that we need to take,
Fox said.
but it won't automatically lead us to the top.
What?
What?
I knew
I
you were
hope
going
you're
to say
wrong,
that.
man.
Explaining how corridors work, I guess.
Okay.
What were they doing before if they weren't working their way to the top?
I don't know.
Working their way to the top.
I thought, weren't they? They've like killed an enemy on each floor of the tower for like the past 4 chapters.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
played this dungeon
It
before.
seems like they go up and down and all over, and they just kill a few. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
that's a Castlevania element.
Yo, I would
Not
love
a
to
good
see like
one.
a map of like, okay, the characters went here, and then Fox went down the slide, and then like, you know, where
Here's
the map
here's
of
where
they
the
went.
jackal came out of the horse.
Yes, exactly.
Farah complained. The 3 walked into the room, which contained a staircase that led up to another room. That tracks,
Since there aren't any threats around here,
Orlando said.
I guess that we can carry on.
Yep.
Another
But up.
Sure, you keep cutting out.
There's another threat up
Try,
there.
That's
Okay.
Fox warned.
If you
I
make a
can
little
handle it.
sound before the line, I think that your mic will pick it up.
Or just lead into it with a. That's another threat.
Yeah, or start
Yeah.
like with a little scream. Nope, I cut you off.
There's another threat up
That
there.
was a bad frequency. That was the bad frequency. You can't do that one.
Fox warned.
Okay. I can handle it.
Farah cracked her knuckles. Upon taking the staircase, Fox, Farah, and Orlando found themselves in a room with 2 pathways, one with a staircase.
Let's take the stairway.
Orlando said.
But Fox said that there was another enemy in here.
Farah stated.
Ha ha ha! Indeed, there is.
A familiar voice said behind them. Panther walked into the room with Miyu next to him.
You too. You too.
Fuck.
No, it's Mewtwo, isn't it?
Yeah, he's that's the next floor. Fox snarled.
And who was Tracy?
We
were
never
you
know.
Neo?
We never know who Miyu is, and Miyu is
Oh, I
in every
know.
chapter.
And Drew doesn't know if he's Slippy or Peppy or Drippy or Snoopy.
Oh, Drew is Miyu, apparently.
Never know.
Well, we can't have that. Tracy, take Miyu.
Give me one moment.
I see that you're back, McCloud.
Miyu smiled.
That's a good look for you.
Panther sarcastically stated.
Cut the crap. We're just here to get Crystal back.
Fox barked.
That's not going to happen.
Panther said,
She's our queen now, whether you like it or not. I just changed my face. How do you like it?
I'll take them out. I'll take them on, Fox. I'll take them on, Fox.
Farah shouted.
I'll take him to the Fox and Friends.
You and Mr. Helsing should go up there and fight Wolf.
Try and fight us.
Miyu taunted.
Lord Volk will be pleased you hear that you died, Phoenix.
Phoenix, right?
Phoenix?
Sorry, I've been
Yeah, Farrah
blasting around at
Phoenix.
many G's.
You traitor!
The Fennec tightened her grip on the stake that she was holding.
You willingly sold out your loyalty towards Corneria to Starwolf? How could you do that?
At first, I was reluctant,
The Lynx explained.
but I figured that I could do something that would make me better than ever. I'm better than those Star Fox losers, a loyal fool like you included.
You won't be saying that when I rip you and Panther into pieces.
Farah growled.
What makes you think you can beat us?
Panther asked.
Because I'm a fucking vampire hunter.
No need to swear!
The Fennec roared as she jumped at the two felines. Panther and Miyu jumped to opposite ends of the room, causing Farah to go after Panther first. The feline responded by sweep-kicking her to the ground. However, the Fennec was quick on her feet as she rolled out from under him when he tried to karate chop her.
Damn, you're persistent.
Now, I just gotta say, like, I gotta give it up to Newcomer because he did say that he was gonna try better to write, or he was gonna try to write better action scenes that had more in it, and this is by far the best action scene we've had so far.
It's had the most action.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
it's improving.
Miyu yelled.
And I won't stop until the two of you are dead.
Farah cried as she punched the Lynx in the face.
Leave her alone!
Panther shouted.
Hurt me once and it hurt you.
Or what?
The Fennec shouted back. All of a sudden, Panther took out a rose and... All of a sudden, Panther took out a rose and swung it to the side. The rose then became a massive whip of thorns.
I bet you thought I was gonna propose, but no, your death is imminent!
The feline darkly stated. through a feline darkly stated.
Never thought that he would live up to that threat.
Fox said.
I don't know.
Let's
Okay.
just
The thing is,
hope
I
that
never
Farah
thought that he
gets
would
out
live
of-
up to that threat.
I guess. All right, what?
Let's just hope that Farah gets out of this in one piece.
Orlando said. Back to Farah, she was doing her best to dodge both Miyu and Panther's attacks. The fact that Panther now had a whip made the battle more difficult. However, Farah Phoenix was not going to let two felines kill her so easily. The moment Panther attacked with his whip again, the Fennec caught it and pulled him towards her. Seizing the opportunity, she then kneed the feline in the stomach. When Miyu dived towards her, Farah gave her a punch to the gut. Now that they were down, the vampire hunter raised her stake. I would not think that would be enough to take down vampires.
Yeah. Also, the whip is
She's like,
thorny,
oh my
but
tummy!
she can just grab it.
I just had blood.
I was wondering about that, but
Misha says she would let 3 felines do it, but luckily it didn't happen.
Wait! Don't kill
Suspense build in this next line.
us!
if 3 felines showed up, then she would say, "Oh, I didn't expect that threat to be fulfilled." Panther moaned in pain.
Don't kill you?
Farah spat.
Are you seriously kidding me? The two of you gave up your mortality and became blood-sucking monsters, and you have the gall to ask me for mercy? Not a chance, you creeps.
Don't even joke yourself.
Spare them, Farah.
Orlando said.
What? Why?
The Fennec asked.
Because Miyu is a former member of the team.
Fox stated.
The kind of guy who would be on our side.
We lost and Panther. Is
Nice sentence, but I didn't hear my name in it.
Panther is the kind of... and Panther is the kind of guy who would be on our side. If you ask me, they deserve a second chance.
Much better.
How?
Okay.
why is he the kind of guy
Ow.
who would?
Yeah.
Whatever.
He just seems like a
I don't
cool
know.
kind of guy. Like you could just have a beer with him, you know.
I mean, it kind of sounds like a girl version of
He just
Strong Bad.
seems
If you
super
listen to him,
chill.
I just got a good feeling about him.
No, Panther seems like a chill dude.
See, yeah, Spitfire said so. Fox and Orlando are just spectating and giving color commentary.
Apparently,
Yes,
yeah.
they were going to go upstairs and fight their own battle, but they seem to have just stood around.
We got distracted.
Showed
yeah.
up.
They're just like standing on the stairs,
Yeah,
like
We
halfway.
were almost up, and then it got interesting.
Okay, Miu.
hmm
How generous of you.
Miu moaned in pain.
No, seriously, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You guys, wait here.
Oh, you
The
can
young-
kill Mew.
The undead Volpine said,
We're going to kill Volk.
Fox, Farah, and Orlando walked up the staircase, leaving the two felines alone.
Oh,
Are they really?
okay. Good idea.
Are they really going to kill him?
What's a good idea?
Just leaving the,
Just leaving them.
just leaving them.
Oh,
Both
yeah,
I,
sure.
I thought
Moving
they were
around.
leaving
Gonna
Farah
go
with
kill
them. at
Volk, you
least,
want?
but- We're gonna go kill your master. Be right back.
Oh yeah, totally do that. I trust you. You have a great time, and it's gonna be great.
Well, you beat me in that fight, so I guess you're gonna.
You need me in the stomach, so I am just woof. I'm just white for days now. You know, typical vampire. Miu asked.
Oh,
Damn it.
Why?
Hold on.
Okay.
I keep doing the wrong click.
I think so, honey.
Panther answered.
But what will happen to us?
The lynx asked.
I don't know if we'll go back to normal,
The feline said,
but if we die, at least we'll be here together.
Nice to know.
Miu said before kissing him on the cheek, knowing that they would be together in death. I
Thanks for
I
telling
don't
me.
know. I don't know.
I love you. I want to be with you forever. That's nice.
again, they both got kicked once. That was what
Yeah.
it's like, you know, it's supposed to be this like just bittersweet ending to this evil couple, and instead it's like it's like they got knocked down in dodgeball or something.
Yeah.
Faye walked
They're
into the
out.
throne.
The writer decided to quit.
I'll
while
get
I
out
was
too,
ahead.
so
It
you
was
don't
a
have to
nice
be
fight.
alone.
Faye walked into the throne room, expecting Volk to be on his throne. To her surprise, no one was there.
Oh, this I thought.
Oh, sorry, I
Alice.
didn't catch these thoughts.
Now is my chance.
The spaniel thought to herself. Moving behind the throne, Faye found a red box that held the dungeon's key. Taking it out, she decided to head back to the dungeon.
Yeah, that follows. I'm coming, guys, to the dungeon with the dungeon key.
She thought to herself.
And I'm going to get you out of prison. Which is where you are. Where I'm going.
Looks like Crystal isn't the only one who is rebelling against Volk. I know that Farah letting both Panther and Miu live was anticlimactic and unsatisfying, but Fox made her spare them out of kindness. Hell, the two cats didn't seem to mind. As for Volk, you can pretty much tell what he's going to do to Crystal.
Instead
really
of
am-
proofreading, I read my story for my cats, and they didn't seem to care.
No one bit me this time, so I thought this chapter might be good.
I really am making Wolf/Volk into a nasty piece of work, aren't I? Not only did he attempt sexual assault on Cat and hypnotize Crystal into killing Fox, but now he's hypnotized Crystal so that he can do what he wants with her. Don't worry, karma will
Kind
hit
of
him.
left it ambiguous. Leave it that way.
He doesn't
Well,
leave things ambiguous.
If I remember correctly, what's the name of those agony wolf, or what's the wolf guy that he keeps talking to? It's in my damn picture.
Equinox wolf.
Yes.
If I remember correctly, Equinox Wolf has a review that says Chapter 19 was too graphic. So I think it's going to cut back to Wolf and.
I looked at it. It's not graphic per se, but it does make it unambiguous. Anyway,
what did you guys think of this chapter? Well, let me know when you leave a review or give a constructive criticism. Until next time, guys. Peace.
Well,
Peace be to you.
Yeah, well, another one of those happened.
Yeah.
I'm never going to fear vampires again.
Yeah.
Kick them in the tummy.
Daddies to read.
Yeah. We've got a little bit of time, so we'll read one or two FDADDYs. God. Spitfires has happened is a strong word.
Is there something happening to the event?
Favorite authors? There we go. FDADDY. Okay, so we're reading these short stories in order to get the one big story. We got through BioShock Redemption. Did we do Twilight Evolution? I think that's the next one.
Yeah.
Sounds
where
right.
Bela falls in love with a vampire, but bad things happen. That's the okay, who wants to attempt to read this? I'll put the
Drew, is it your turn?
link.
Have you done one
Sure
yet?
is. I'll do one.
A surprising dearth of Cobalt Vixens in that chapter is a little sad.
Yeah,
probably
only
2, 3.
Only a few.
They did a lot of Serenian turned vampires instead.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And female dog. That's what a female dog said. All right.
Okay, so
Bella Twilight woke up in sweat.
It's sweet.
In sweat. She had just had bad dreams. She had dreams. She got pregnant by a vampire. But she know this is impossible because vampires are not really.
They're not really.
They're not really.
They're not really.
Michael,
All right.
can you do the Bela?
Bella Twilight.
Me? Sure.
Nebula.
That was bad dream.
She said.
But I know this is not possible because vampires are not real.
They're
It's
not
not
really.
posable.
Oh, it's not posable,
Previously
yeah.
mentioned.
She was saying the thing that she just thought. Even the Bella knew this. She still couldn't get back to sleep, so she made breakfast. She made eggs. She made ham. She made bacon. She made pancakes. She made broccoli. She made muffins. And she set the table to eat it on. But Bella was lonely. She had noon to eat breakfast with. Girls like to eat breakfast with pepper. Usually boyfriends or straight girlfriends. So Bella thought.
I'll find someone to eat breakfast with. I'll find He'll find someone to eat breakfast with. I keep making the font bigger, but it's still not big enough for me to read it without making.
Yeah.
Bella, oh, where can I find someone to eat with? Oh, thought. Okay, Bella thought.
Bela.
Go
Her
ahead,
name's
Bella.
Bela. Why are you pronouncing it so
Bela.
funny?
Bella. So where can I find someone to eat with? So she went to the Walmart store to buy wall stuff for your wall. boys love Walmart because video games.
Yeah.
Bella went to
That
the
was a quote,
Walmart,
apparently.
and there was only one boy there. He was Jacob Vampire.
Me, I'm Jacob Vampire.
But Bella didn't think vampire meant vampire.
It's like Vampire
Just last
Jamal,
name she
you know?
thought.
Right.
Right, yeah.
I mean,
Jacob was shiny, and Bella thought sexy. So she said,
You want breakfast?
he said yes! Bella brought Jacob, there you go. Bella brought Jacob back to her cabin in the woods and ate all the food. The food that's been sitting there, just gelatinizing on the table. Bella was never so happy, so in love. But then she noticed fangs!
You're Vampire Pharrell?
She says,
Yes, but I love you.
says he.
But how can vampires love?
She says,
We can only love for 1 month a year.
he say, after month. Oh, that's him again.
After
After
month, I will be killer.
Sick.
Woo! Killer, bro.
I want to say it like
Bella
Kevin
was
McDonald,
sad.
like, I will be killer.
Oh, the killer! Coincidence? Bella was sad. She had fallen in love, but it could only last for a month. Bella and Jacob had a good love month. The picked flowers and went to movies and held hand. But
Oh,
after month, Jacob said,
I must go now, or it'll kill you.
okay, scroll up so I could read more. But Bella was pregnant with baby. Her dream come true. She was clairvoyant. Bella looked into future and saw bad things happening. To be continues. That was a good one. That was a good one. I liked it.
David Pinkston says, anyone remember Breakfast 2017?
Switch Brecken.
Remember Brackfest?
Yeah.
All right. Can I do one?
Yes.
Yay!
Oh, wait, this one has multiple
Yay.
chapters.
What?
This one has 4
What?
chapters.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
Wonder
Yeah, but
Woman
you-
regeneration?
All right, we got to start.
I
No,
we
no,
gotta
no,
do that
no,
one
Twilight
next time.
Evolution.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
So yeah, Tracy,
Not
you
even
can do
noticed.
chapter 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to do a chapter of this.
You want to do it now?
Yeah, you can.
It is 7:00.
Yeah.
So like I did 10 hours a day at work. I'm definitely needing to head out
Okay,
here.
okay,
If you guys
okay.
want to continue, then feel free. But
This does look fun, but yeah, let's
We'll do
go
this next
fresh
time.
next time.
Yeah.
Spitfire does point out that boys
What?
love Walmart because video games is very quotable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video games.
Video games.
Yeah.
I love
Video
video
games.
games.
Okay, so let me just add that quote here. And okay, so thank you for coming out tonight. Come back on Sunday where we will be showing a couple episodes of Star Trek Voyager. This is the latest Weird Friend. It's a business. It's a career boy Pikachu, based on the Dorian Electra music video. He's got a coffee pot that he's smashed over his head, and and yeah, we'll come back to this shit next Monday. We're gonna raid Melu, and
I hope everyone has a good love month.
yeah, everybody have a good love month.
Because then they'll kill.
quote of the day is,
Nail getter.
it's a classic. What do you suppose we do with May's video? Delphox asked. We could make her look like a whore, Pikachu suggested.
Woo!
Oh, and I see I can't put Scum Pika
I'm coming down.
in the quotes, I guess.
Let's go, Raid Mate. Ooh.
Almost done. I'm almost done. Got me a meal.
There he is.
Wonderful.
All right.
Brownies
Thank
and
you for coming,
cookies.
everybody.
Wow. Yes, bye. Say bye, Lillian. Okay.
Bye, Lillian.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
They say bye too.
Well, what do you think?
Bye.
What do you like?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What?